The chapter title is Do You Hate Yourself? And in the chapter, I'm talking about how each of us have things that we are operating from. And when you think about this, you got to ask yourself, are you happy with the way you look? Are you happy with your body? Are you happy with your education level? Are you happy with your skin color, your race, your nationality, your upbringing, your family background, your social status? And really identify if you hate yourself. And what I mean by that, it's a very strong word, but what about you don't you like that could cause you to compromise in your relationship? So as we go through life, a lot of times things happen that make us insecure about who we are and what we bring to the table. And if you don't believe that you bring the table to the table, then oftentimes you will believe that you bring nothing to the table but a fork and an appetite. And in that position, you accept anything that's given to you. And what's happening today is the self-hate is showing up in different ways, and it's breaking down relationships. So for a lot of men today may date outside of their race or nationality because they despise or are ashamed of their own race or nationality. And so instead of them dating someone of another race because love just happened to find them, they go in search of someone of another race because they are not proud of their own race. And so that self hate, that internal self hatred, causes a lot of people, men and women, to love someone or pursue someone for the wrong reasons. And it's not an organic love. Now, if it is, then kudos to you. It's great. Love has no color, shape, size, but you have to really evaluate the root of your decision. Another thing, what happens is sometimes as human beings, if we are not happy with our weight or our look or whatever it may be, we desire someone who looks different than us. So a heavyset person may want a slender person, and to get that person may make them feel accomplished or approved of, may make them feel worthy. And so we may operate from our insecurity and try to find someone who will be a trophy or a prize. And when you operate from that place, you feel less than. And the person that you end up getting with may know that about you, and they may play on that. So if you'll notice, sometimes you will see a person who is not at their goal weight. And so they may be outside of what the beauty standards say is beautiful. And then you may see that very same person, male or female, be used by another person who is broken and hurting and hunting for someone's insecurity. So now you have this person who may have these insecurities about their weight or about their image or about their look, and they become the sponsor for someone else's pain. So this person is buying cars, they're given a place to live, they're spending money, they're loaning money for business ideas to pay bills, and it's all because of self-hate. It's all because this person is unhappy with the way they look or their weight or their image or their race or whatever it may be. So in chapter 2 of Make It Work, I really asked this question of, do you hate yourself? And I use that strong word because you really have to address it. And you really have to ask yourself, Am I operating from a place of self-love, or am I operating from a place of self-hate? Do I love myself, and am I secure, and am I confident, or am I insecure and unconfident, but yet still looking for someone to be with to help me mask my pain? And so in this space, instead of dating, you should be dating yourself and working on yourself to reach some of your primary goals in life so that you can operate from a place of confidence and being assured in yourself to know that you bring something to the table of value. But if you feel insignificant and if you feel inadequate and you are dating from that space, you become susceptible to being taken advantage of, used, and abused. And then you may allow that because you feel that if you don't allow it, you will be left alone and that person will be able to be with whomever they desire to be with. And so, really, look at your insecurities, look at your pain, and ask yourself, are you dating from those places? And do your insecurities show up in your relationships and cause you to compromise in areas that you should not compromise in? And so we have these beauty constructs that are placed in our society. And a lot of times, anyone who does not fit inside of those constructs, they begin to feel insecure, and you will see we will operate and we will tolerate things like cheating or threesomes or verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, because we say, you know what, I better be lucky that I even have someone like this interested in me, someone who looks this good to be interested in me because I'm ugly, or because I'm overweight, or because I'm too light, or I'm too dark, or I'm too dumb, or I'm too country, or I'm too nerdy, or I'm too proper, I'm too this or that. And so you have to be able to really identify if you're settling and why you are settling, if you are. And then invert your self-hate and your self-love. Replace your self-hate with self-love and understand that each of us are uniquely created and that there is someone for each of us when we elevate and become our best self. And your best self may not be perfect, but it means that you are making constant progress and working on yourself, and you will attract what you become. So if you are not becoming and you are remaining the same, then you will only attract what you are. And I don't mean who approaches you, I mean who you choose to settle down with. That person is a reflection of you. And if they're hurting you, using you, abusing you, that is a reflection of yourself and your self-worth and your self-value that you feel about you. So, hey, if you haven't read Make It Work, make sure you do it. Chapter 2, it really goes there. God bless you. We'll talk soon.